Afternoon lockdowners, day 21 again. This is what my head's like. I thought I'll try and do a little bit of gardening. I don't really do gardening. I'm rubbish with plants. So I had my garden done, low maintenance, and then I've got plants in pots and stuff, and they're all dying. Anyway, so I started doing it, and this is what happens with me. I start doing something, and then the whole garden ends up like a right tip. So I've been on phone to my mate Mike, trying to get some gardening tips over the phone, sending him photos of my plants. So I've got that big bloody thing at end at garden. Remember when I were on about why I keep getting plants what aren't, what do you call it? They're not female, so they don't have flowers on them. So that thing there, I've seen them in other people's gardens, and they've got like a big exotic flower on them. But look at the size of that. So right pain in arse. Then my lavender's all a bit weird. I've just trimmed that down a bit. I've just replanted that thing, and Michael said I had to give it an haircut, so I've trimmed a bit off. I don't like cutting them because I think it hurts them, and it's stupid that. Look at state of my hyacinths. Remember them what were on the table? I don't know whether I've overwatered them or underwatered them. They were in my Easter display, which I don't know why I bothered doing because there's nobody in my house. But look at state of them. Then I randomly planted some what do you call it? I've killed my heather. Look at state of that. That's not the ball. That's actually its roots. I don't know what I've done to that. And then I've planted these things, and they look like bloody spring onions. I don't even know what they are. Then I've got some random weird thing growing there. That's the old what Ozzy keeps digging. So I'm thinking maybe try and put that heather in there, and it might stop him digging it up. There's a little unicorn gnome down there what Ange bought me. So, but can you see I've just like stuck everything everywhere, and I'm half in the middle of everything. I bought them the other day. Look at that, I've killed that thing. Then I've got a bloody big buddleia growing out at the top of my wall, but I should have ripped it out when it were a baby, and I haven't, so now it's massive, and I'm going to have to try and chop it down because it'll probably knacker my wall. I'm not very good, am I? But you see this thing? See that? Can you see it? Somebody chucked that out in back alley, so I felt sorry for it, so I brought it in, and that's the only one what's flourishing. It loves the fact that I've rescued it. Look. Ah, little babas. These are the ones I bought when I was doing my shopping the other day from Lidl. I got them hydrangeas, and I love them. They remind me of Ibiza. Well, they remind me of everywhere abroad, bougainvilleas. But they remind me of Ibiza, and they're not actually flowers. They're leaves, if you look. It's a leaf. Yeah, so I'm trying to do a little bit, but I'm not very green fingered. My dad were, and do you know what? Garden. So when I had my garden done, I wanted it so you could drive a car on, because I weren't planning on staying here. 14 years later, I'm still here. But I thought, oh, if I sell it, it's got off-street parking. So I had it built up like that so you could drive a car on. And Mick Lavin did it from Elms Landscapes. He's really good, Mick. Really good company. They'll never make a mess if you're, and they don't rip you off either. But so he planted all these round edge here. And they're all stood together because I ordered them online with some vouchers I had, and they were just charging in sun, and I've not spread them out proper yet. But my dad Gordy, the one who died with cancer, my stepdad, he planted these clematis years ago. I've got one there and one here. They'll be flowering soon, and they look beautiful, and they just remind me of him because he planted them. And he planted this Paris, and look, it's there. I've killed the bloody thing. Don't know what I'm going to do with that. Should have got 2 pots from Lidl, shouldn't I? Because I've repotted that thing. That thing's meant to be dark. This thing's meant to be dark green with loads of flowers on it. But it's never flowered for years because I'm rubbish with them. But I thought, I've got a fire there. One of them fire pit things and a load of wood. I thought, I need for sort my garden out, and then I can have a little fire with me and Ozzy on our lonesome spot. So yeah, stay at garden at a minute. Hopefully later on, I said that I'll give up in half an hour because I'll be bored, and then I'll go in house and start doing something. House, it'll just be stuck like this. So yeah, it looks a bit of a tip at the minute, doesn't it? But let's see if it looks any better by the end of the day. Hope yous are all okay. I'm lucky really that it's proper sun trap here, so it's not too cold. So yeah, hopefully it'll look a bit better in a bit. Anyway, apparently Michael, because he's a gardener, So I said, what do I do with these hyacinths now? I've like killed them and they're all lying on floor. They shouldn't be lying like that. I don't know whether I've under or overwatered them. But he said the things people do, they go wrong with bulbs. Apparently you've just got to let them rot, you just let them disintegrate or whatever. So that's what I'm going to do with them. I don't know where I'm going to put them, but yeah, I'll do that, and hopefully they'll come up next year, or maybe I can replant them while they're like that. The phone died when I was talking to him, so I've just charged it back up again, but maybe I can plant them in that around that camellia thing. I don't know. I've been listening to Maturing Breaks. That always makes me happy. I love it. Hopefully neighbours might like it as well. I don't know. Oh, my honeysuckle. Now, planted an honeysuckle that my mate Lee bought me last year in that pot there. I don't know if you can see it. And then it weren't growing, but now it's going over next doors. Can you see? I'm going to have to get ladders and wrap it back round, because he don't like things growing over his wall. He's chucked my ivy back over. And see how I'll show you this in a few weeks, because see how it's like, it's just coming out now with red leaves, and in a couple of weeks it'll just all be green. That wall. That's why I put that flower bed in, to keep it. Anyway, I'm waffling on, aren't I? Just thought I'd do a bit of Juliet's garden time. She doesn't know what she's doing, just like going round randomly chopping things. Couldn't even get my secateurs working out. That's what I had to phone him for. I said, they won't work these. I've not slid the bloody thing down. I don't know what I'm doing, do I? But yeah, so them plants remind me of my dad, so I'd like that Paris to come back, and then that's Cindy's collar, that from when I were a kid. I don't know if you can see that. Cindy. I shouldn't have left it out here really, because it's gone all rusty, but I'll put it in my dad's coffin because it was her dog, and then I thought, well, it's not going to burn, is it? So I took it out, and I had it in my car for ages, and then I don't know why I shoved it there. Maybe I can get some rust off. But this was in my stepbrother, so Gordon's first wife, Sith, Sophie. This was hers, from her garden. She's in an old people's home now. So I've got that from her garden, and this little dragon. Got all like bits what remind me of people. See this dragon? Look at him, isn't he lovely? He's out of Soph's garden. And this bugger, I tell you what, he weighs a bleeding ton, this bugger. See him? Don't know if you can see. Well, I can't see. Can't tell if you can see him. I just can't bloody see it all. Hang on. Well, I'm hoping you can see him. He's like a Mexican dude. He weighs an absolute ton. Honest to God, you won't believe how much he weighs. And then my mum bought me that for my birthday, I think, or for Mother's Day off Aussie it might have been. And my mum knocked over my Buddha head and put an hole in him. Can you see? I don't know whether you can see or not. He's got an hole in his head. I'm going to put a flower in it. And this pot, this come out of Sophie's garden as well. And then do you know what I did? I had one of them. That's a fuchsia, you know them that look like ballerinas? She had one of them in a garden, so I brought it home. And you see how it's all dead now? I thought that were it. I thought it'd be dead, so I chucked it out, reluctantly, upset. And then I bought another one last year. And they die off like that and then come back to life, don't they? Well, I didn't bloody know, did I? So I don't know where that ended up. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go and try and make it look a bit nicer than what it looks. And we'll see how I get on in a bit. Have a lovely day, guys. Chat to you later.